All praise and honor and glory to Yahweh Hashem Yahushua Hashem Krokadash. Barakathum to the Akim that's out there that's preaching this truth. Double honors to my apostles and elders that's out there that's preaching this truth. Shalom. This is Psalms chapter 2. Psalms chapter 10, verse 2. The wicked in his pride do prosecute the poor. The wicked in his pride do it prosecute the poor. Let them be taken in the device that they image. For the wicked bruised of his heart desire, and blessed the covets whom the Lord abhorred. Verse 4. The wicked, thou the pride of his conscience, will not seek after Yahweh. Yahweh is not in all his thoughts. His ways are always grievous, and thy judgment are far above out of his sight. As for all his enemies, he puffeth at them. He hath said in his heart, I shall not be moved, for I shall never be in adversity. He hath in his heart, I shall not be moved, for I shall never be in advice. His mouth is full of cursing and fraud. Under his tongue is mischief and vanity. He sitteth in the lurking places of the village. In the secret places do he murder the innocent. His eyes are privily set against the poor. He lied in wait, secret as a lion in his den. He lied in wait to catch the poor. He do it catch the poor when he draweth him into his net. He crouch and humble himself that the poor may fall by his strong ones. He hath said in his heart, Yahweh have forgotten. He hidden his face, he will never see it. Jeremiah chapter 30, verse 7. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. Is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. And let me get 2nd Ezra. Second Ezra, chapter 8, verse 16. And for thy inheritance, for whose cause I mourn, and for Israel, for whom I have heavy, and for Jacob, for whose sake I am troubled. So it's going to be race wars in America. It's already starting. It's just the beginning. It's the beginning stages. This is 2nd Ezra, chapter 10. 2nd Ezra, chapter 15, verse 10. Behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter. I will not suffer them not to dwell in the land of Egypt. So,
Minneapolis, where the National Guard is being mobilized after violent protests erupted overnight over the death of George Floyd. A Minneapolis police officer on fire. Police
in to try to tamp the
hey man, race wars are started. Behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter. I will not suffer them not to dwell in the land of Egypt. So we already dwelling in the land of Egypt. We already dwelling in it. We dwelling in Babylon, Sodom and Gomorrah. We dwelling in all that. All this wickedness. This is verse 15. For the sword and their destruction draweth not, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. So that's another thing. That's race wars. People gonna stand up. They're already fighting the police. They're gonna have to fight the National Guards and the rest of the military. Verse 16. For there shall be sedition among men. So you're gonna be sedition among men and invading one another. So you're gonna break inside people's houses and invade and take their property and take whatever you want from them. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and their counsel of their actions shall stand in their power. And man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. Y'all already riding in y'all city, but it's gonna be a point to where you ain't gonna be able to go into your city because there's gonna be so much chaos and so much war. For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, and their houses shall be destroyed, and man shall be afraid. You see this? You're going to be afraid of that. You're going to be afraid of that. Verse 19, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their house with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulations. This is Isaiah chapter 45, verse 7. I form the light, I create darkness, I make peace and I create evil. I, the Lord, do all these things. So the devil don't do it. Yahweh Shem Yahushua do it. We're in Yahweh's hands. This is 2nd Ezra, Shalakia. 2nd Ezra chapter 9, verse 3 through 4. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and upwards of the people in the land, in the world, then shalt thou will understand that the Most High spake of these things for the day that were before, even from the beginning. So, Yahweh Shem Yahushua do these things. But you gotta wait till Yahweh Shem Yahushua rise up to the prey. You just can't go out there and think you're gonna get salvation in your own hands, but you can't. It's only in Yahweh Shem Yahushua hands. Genesis chapter 49, verse 8. Judah, thou art he whom they shall praise. Thy hand shall be in his neck of thy enemy. Thy father's children shall bow down before thee. Judah, thou art he whom thy brethren shall praise. Thy hand shall be in the neck of thy enemy. Thy father's children shall bow down before thee. So it's only in the elect hands. This is Psalms chapter 18. Shalaki. It's in Yahweh Shem Yahushua hands. This is Psalms chapter 18, verse 39 through 44. For thou hast grieved me with strength unto the battle. Thou hast subdued under me thus that riseth up against me. That has also given me the neck of my enemy, that I might destroy them that hate me. So we're going to destroy our enemies that hate us. We're going to do that. Thy cried, but there was none to save them, even unto the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahshua, but he answered them not. Then did I beat them small as the dust before the wind, and I did cast them out as the dirt in the street. So you already getting slammed down by the police in the street, beaten, and you still going back and forth with them. And thus has made me the head of the heathen, and a people whom I have not known shall serve me. As soon as they hear of me, they shall obey me. The strangers shall submit themselves unto me. So Israel gonna obey the Lord, and the heathen, the Gentiles, they gonna have to serve him. As soon as they hear of my name, hear of me, they shall obey me. The strangers shall submit themselves unto me. So you're going to submit yourself unto the Lord. Isaiah chapter 13, verse 16. Their children also shall be dashed to pieces before their eyes. Their houses shall be spoiled, and their wives ravished. Jump down to 18. Their bow also shall dash the young men to pieces, and they shall have no pity on the fruit of their womb. Their eyes shall not spare children. So you don't care if it's a small child, you don't care if it's a teenager, you ain't gonna spare them. This is Psalms chapter 49, verse 6 through 7. They that trusted in their wealth and boast themselves in the multitude of their riches, none of them can by any means redeem his brother, nor give to Yahweh a rationing for him. So I want to give all praise and honor, glory to Yahweh Bashem Yahshua, Bashem Kakadash, Barakatum, to the Akim that's out there that's preaching this truth. Double honor to my apostles and elders that's out there that's preaching this truth. Shalom, Abba, Babu Shah, Babu Shah, Babu Shah.